A brave old man. In Troy, in King Priam's palace, there was only the constant sibilance of woman weeping. Andromache sat in the room staring at the wall, tears running down her begrimed and bloody face. Hector's mother sat on the terrace outside the window and refused to eat or drink, or even speak with her broken husband, King Priam. Hector's children watched and whispered to each other from time to time. At last King Priam slept. Iris came to him in a dream with a message from Zeus. Priam, know that Zeus wants you to ransom your son from Achilles. Take courage, take suitable gifts, and you will succeed. Go alone. Priam stirred in his sleep. Take one old servant to drive a cart filled with your gifts and large enough to bring back your brave son's corpse. You will have the protection of Hermes until you reach Achilles' hut. After that, you will be alone with him. He will not kill you, nor will anyone else. Achilles feared Zeus. Priam awoke and told his family, I am going down to the Greek ships to ask Achilles to release Hector's body. The family were terrified that he would be harmed, but Priam refused to listen. He gathered together the richest clothes and household goods, and the best cooking pots, a jeweled cup from Thrace, as well as pieces of gold plate. Trojan citizens told him that he was crazy to believe that Achilles would not kill him. Priam raised his staff and ordered them to leave his palace. This is my son. Go, mind your business. If I am meant to be killed by Achilles, then I will gladly die beside my son. Just leave me to do as I will. He turned then to his other sons. I wish you were all dead and Hector lived. 3 brave sons I lost in this war. Mestor, Troilus, the charioteer, and now the godlike Hector. King Priam looked away and saw Paris standing beside Helen. Paris, you will find the cart with treasures. Then I'll leave. I can't bear the sight of you. As soon as the cart was filled with the ransom, Priam's wife came to him with a golden cup of fine wine, so that he could make a libation to Zeus to ensure his safe return. I don't want you to leave me, husband, but as you must, please, send a prayer to Zeus, son of Cronos, and ask for an omen to be sent as you ride down to the Greek lines. Priam poured the libation and made the prayer. Zeus heard his words. As the gates of the city opened and Priam and his old servant rode out alone on the mule cart, Zeus sent a hunting eagle soaring high up in the darkened sky, as a good omen. The sun was sinking beyond the edge of the world as Priam approached the Greek ships. It was undoubtedly dangerous for the old man and his servant. They stopped to rest, and the mule let them drink. A man came out of the shadows. How could they know it was the god Hermes come to ease their way? Priam told them they were looking for Achilles, and Hermes agreed to escort them. They made their way through the lines, invisible to the Serenities and the Greek warriors, until they reached Achilles' hut. Only Priam, stretched, climbed from the wagon and walked toward the hut. Hermes opened the door and stood in the doorway as the hooded figure went in. Achilles was feasting as Priam strode into the light of the cooking fire. To the astonishment of the others there, the old man immediately knelt in front of Achilles and kissed his hands, the hands that had slaughtered his sons. Achilles, think of your own father, and what he would have felt if he was in my place. I had the best of sons, and not one worthy of the name is left to me. Please remember the gods, and pity Hector's father. I have humiliated myself by kissing the hand that killed my sons. Surely that must be enough. Remembering his own father, Achilles lifted the crouching figure and wept as Priam wept. Then he spoke quietly to the old man. To have dared to come here alone shows who it was that made Hector what he was. Men are wretched things, and the gods make sure we suffer. He smiled gently at the old man. Remember, sir, that mourning for your son will not bring him back, and that you have more life still. Please sit down and have wine with us. Priam refused the kindly offer, but urged Achilles to accept the ransom he had brought. Achilles said, Priam, I have already decided that your son shall come back with you. It happened as Achilles promised. King Priam brought the brave Hector to Troy, and there his body was prepared by his grieving wife, Andromache. She spread sweet oils on the body of her husband. His mother came and his sisters. Then the body was taken to be burned. It was agreed that no attack would be made while the pyre burned. nor while the white bones were placed inside the golden chest and laid inside the burial pit under the monument of huge stones that Trojans built outside of their mighty walls. But on the 12th day after the ceremony, Achilles rode his war chariot toward the city, and behind him came his warriors. The war began again.